Yo, what's going on, Sexy Sailor Squad? We are playing Smite 2 for our first ever duel game. For sure, our first ever. There's not been a game before this. I didn't play at all. And I gotta tell you guys about a couple of things. So we're starting here because obviously I need to tell you about the ban phase. Each god, or each player has two gods that they can ban. So these are my bans, Uller and Aladdin. These are his bans, Loki and Honor. I'm picking Raw because I want to show off something called an aspect. So an aspect is something in the game called, well, they're called aspects, but what they do is they change your ability with a give and a take, and they have this for every god in the game. Currently, there's only 20 gods in the game that have this, but eventually it will be every single god in the game. And as you can see, you can turn it off and on. And what Raw's aspect does is it allows two things. So your Solar Blessing and your Searing Pain, aka your 2 and your ultimate, they no longer scale. They don't have scaling on them. They only do base damage. However, you can attach your 3 to yourself. So I'm going to put 1 point in each ability here. And I'm going to get, I probably need beads in this matchup. I'll just go beads. And I want to go World Stone and Eltwatts. So what I can do is I can put 3 on myself. As you see, it follows me around. It's not on the ground anymore. And it does damage while following me around. However, the trade-off, like I said, is your 3 no longer scales. It has 0 scaling on it. And your alt has 0 scaling on it. However, your alt will now heal you and your allies if you hit them. Whenever you do damage with your alt. Now there's multiple ways obviously to do damage with your alt. You can hit a person or you can hit a minion. No matter what, it will heal.
Minions have spawned.
It will heal you always. As long as you hit something, it will heal you always. So we're going to start at the blue. So as you can see, the duel map is 100% the same. I mean, it's basically, it's got the same layout, except there's a few, I was going to call them minor, but they're honestly relatively big differences. And those differences are that the lanes are way bigger, as you can see. The Titan room is huge. And there's a couple of things, you can see one on screen right now, that there's a teleporter here. Now what the teleporter can do is it teleports you over to the boss of the map. And the boss is not Bull Demon anymore. It is actually something called the Lost Knight. And the Lost Knight, it does the same thing that the Bull Demon did in Smite 1. So in case you're worried about like a bunch of stuff changing really quickly, don't worry. The Bull Demon, even though it is technically different and it's actually called the Lost Knight, it still does the same thing. However, something I do want to mention is that the buff actually got a bit stronger. So normally you get Bull Demon buff and all it does is give you a little bit of regen and you're like, okay, it's decent, I guess. You know, no harm, no foul, kind of okay, whatever. But in this game, the Lost Knight buff, when you get it, will disable the nearest objective. So obviously the tower, the Phoenix, whatever objective you're at currently, it will disable, just like it does in Smite 1. But it will also give you 20% pen. It'll also give you 20% pen. So obviously every buff does something different. I have all 3 of the buffs, so I'll read them off now. The blue buff gives you 5 mana regen. And as you can see on the map, they do level up. So I don't really know how to showcase it, but you can see the blue buff right here. It says a 1 on it. So right now at level 1, all it does is give me a little bit of mana regen. That's it. And that's, honestly, that's not bad, right? The red buff, what it does at level 1, it gives me a poison effect on my damaging abilities or auto attacks that do 2.5% of the enemy's max health over 3 seconds. And then the purple gives me 4 strength or intelligence, or it gives you both strength and intelligence with a maximum of 5 stack every time that you hit an enemy. So if I can get over there and do damage. You can see I got 1 stack there, got 2 stacks there, and you see right now I have all 5 stacks apparently. So I have additional strength and intelligence. Now you might also be noticing something weird. You might be saying, Sam, what the hell, bro? Why are you maxing your 2 on Raw? Well, Raw's 2 is actually his best ability, and that is because his 2 changes his auto attacks into AoE autos. So you'll see here, while my 2 is active, my auto attacks actually hit the entire wave, and they take on the effects of your items that you have. So if you have, I don't know, a proc item, that proc item will proc off your auto attacks that are AoE from your 2. So, you know, it's super weird. In Smite 1, you max your 1 first. In Smite 2, you max your 1 last. You actually max your 2, and then your 3, and then your 1. It's super convoluted. It's going to be hard to get used to, but it is just a better way to play him. All right, let's see if I can do this. Now, obviously, I'm not putting my 3 on top of me all the time. It is good to do, or to put your 3 on top of you when you're like in the middle of a fight, but you don't need to do it 24/7. But yeah, so right here, I can look straight down, toggle it on me, and it just follows me around. And then yeah, as you can see, my auto attacks do a lot of damage. Now here's something crazy that I want to showcase. My ultimate is not static. I can aim it however I want. Like, I can aim it while casting it. It's almost impossible to miss raw ult because it's just a straight line. It's basically like you're playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 10 years ago. You have an actual hit scan ultimate that cannot be stopped. It's that good. It's pretty insane. But yeah, so I mean, I feel I've been yapping for a while, but I'm not even close to done because I want to show you the Lost Knight right here. This is the new Bull Demon. He has about as much HP as the old Bull Demon, but is, like I said, it's kind of the same thing. The buff is way better because the buff does give you that 20% pen. Now, something I do want to mention that I haven't talked about yet is Dual Orb. Dual Orb is not in Smite 2 at all. It's not in Smite 2 at all whatsoever. What magic defense item should I go here? Phoenix Feather? Sure. So Phoenix Feather is an active item. It is a 65 magical protection, 275 health item, just in general, but it has the active that heals you based on how much HP you're missing. And on top of that, it also deals 10% of my max health as true damage to enemies around me. So if I'm out here and I'm fighting for my life, you know, and I'm really thwomping the dude, I could pop that for just additional burst, which I think I'll just do now. I'll just show you now. So I will pop it right there. It does an extra 60 damage. And then, no worries, I have an ultimate that I can aim. It's guaranteed, basically. I'm never gonna fuck that up. If I do, I should be shunned. Because it's an ultimate that I can aim however I damn well please. And then I just use my 2, clear the wave, no big deal. Drop the 3 on me and run around because I can. He's just OP, dude. He's simply OP. And in fact, because my ultimate... Hold on, I want to look at some items real quick. Let's see. Berserker Shield, Ruinous Ankh. Cooldown rate, I can silence them. Stone of Binding. Passive, you are immune to slows. That item is crazy. Shoguns. Let's go Shoguns. Let's go Shoguns because the attack speed on Raw's 2 is not how many auto attacks it is. It's actually it's a buff duration. That duration is 4 seconds. So if I get more attack speed, I can throw more enhanced auto attacks out of my 2 in the same amount of time. So I actually think maybe just building some attack speed raw is like unironically really good. I think raw is crazy cracked. like this guy's nuts. Let's go get this purple buff because I can. Why not? And again, I'm allowed to build a bunch of defense right now because my items, or not my items, I'm sorry, my abilities, my 3 and my ultimate, they don't scale anymore. With the aspect that I put on at the beginning of the game, if you remember, which allows me to attach my 3 to myself and allows my ult to heal me. With that aspect attached, my 3 and my ult do not scale. So there's no reason, realistically, to build a bunch of damage. Instead, I can build a bunch of tankiness and cooldown and be practically unkillable. Hello. It's insane. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Put the tower down. Use the 2 and clear the wave. The sick auto attacks. And I want to do the Lost Knight so I can show you guys that buff. So let's go Shoguns here. And then let's go into a Soul Gem, which I'm going to go Soul Gem because lifesteal, obviously. And then cooldown, obviously. 2 things that I just said I want. And we're gonna rip it. We're gonna see what happens here. Now, I don't know how fast I can kill this because I am pretty much full tank. But it seems like I can do a decent job. Does he have a big slam attack or is he just auto attacking the whole time? He's just auto attacking. Okay, so he's actually much easier to kill. Hold on. I'm focused right now. Oh, I almost messed that up. I'm going to use my Phoenix Feather just to give me healing. Where are you going? Where you going, buddy? All right, so I'll get that kill. I'll use the teleporter to get back to the wave really fast. Dude. Okay, I'm not going to lie. This is pretty sick. So the Lost Knight, as you can see, it makes you green instead of red like the Fire Giant does. But it grants you 20% penetration while restoring basically 1% of your max health and mana every single second. And then as you can see also by this big diamond here, that the Phoenix is disabled. The Phoenix is stunned. I am not scared of being owned by him. And an ultimate that I can't miss to get the kill and get the Phoenix. The enemy team has agreed to a surrender. That is a fat W. Raw is OP. The new map is sick. The Lost Knight is amazing. The teleporter is amazing. It's insane. Let's actually go, gamers. Let's actually go, dude. GG. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, y'all, peace.